One thing I want to say before I talk about the actual movie is I don't like the fact that the spoilers are literally on the trailer. They have the gun, which becomes an important part later in the movie. That's not a huge spoiler, but there is a spoiler right in the poster if you look at her hand. She's clearly missing some fingers, which is a part of the movie later. So this movie follows a girl that wants to get money for her child, and she clearly has depression and a lot of other stuff. She doesn't care about herself anymore. So she's willing to go through all this pain to win $1 million. There's supposed to be like other players, but I have a feeling there's not. It's hinting at that there's not. But if there's other players, it does contradict. Because what if, since there's supposed to be like 20 something players, what if the other players do the exact same thing she did to win the game, which I'll explain later? This movie follows the girl doing a bunch of different things. There is 7 rounds throughout the movie. It's almost 2 hours long. First round, simple enough. You have to just put your hand over a candle thing when he sets it on fire. Second round, she has to put her bare foot in a cage that she doesn't know what's in there. But they kind of ruin that because I guess he sympathizes for her and tells her, hey, it's rats. And asks if she's afraid of rats, just, kind of giving away the fact that that's what's in the box. Third one, she gets nails drilled into her foot, almost drowned. And then the thing that's spoiled on the cover, she has to cut her fingers off until the other players get eliminated or whatever. And then the final one is basically just Russian roulette, so the least creative out of them all. Just, putting the gun to your head, hope you don't get shot. Eventually, it goes on for like the longest time, and she's starting to question this game. He doesn't help it. He's like, what if there's no players? What if I'm just fucking with you? So, she tries to shoot him, which doesn't end well for her. She misses all of her shots. Then the other 2 dudes that occasionally brought her in or brought the new next round things, or the one that helped her go to the bathroom, come in. They both die because she got his gun because he had a gun for safety reasons that he just dropped. And then she eventually kills him with the thing he saved because he's a creep, which is something I didn't mention. He does get creepier throughout the movie. And then she eventually realizes she does know him. He's like an abusive ex that she used to date or whatever. I don't fully say it, but she's like, oh, you beat up my mom and I dropped out of high school for you because you got jealous of other guys. So unless it's like an incest dad, though I think she would recognize her own dad, it's clearly just an abusive ex that she somehow forgot about. And she kills him with the jar that he kept her fingers in that she cut off. And then she picks up the earpiece to find out if he really was screwing with her, if, if the earpiece even worked. And the movie ends with a person on the earpiece saying, you win. So that does make the fact that, yes, she probably did win the millions of dollars. She's going to have a happy life with her daughter, hopefully, since that's how the movie ends. But I still don't think there is other players. I think that's just more of a mind game. Because if there were other players, what if they do the same thing she did? Use the gun, or able to get a gun from the person and shoot all the people and listen to the earpiece. Well, then you got like 5 or 4 people, since this is near the end of the round, left. It does start with 20, but most people probably aren't just going to resort to killing these people yet. So there's like 5 or 4 people that have won this game. So I have to pay each of them $1 million, or they're just going to fight to the death, or what's going to happen? I have a feeling that she was just the only player, and that was just told to her that to mess with her. But yeah, that's about it. I think this movie was decent.